Hello everyone. So this is the 10th lecture on special theory of relativity, and this will be the final lecture on this particular topic. And today we will try to complete this segment, and from the next session we will plan different topic. Okay. So today's topic will be introduction to 4D system and concept of light cone. Okay. So we will start with the introduction to 4D system, and we will understand some of the terminologies involved in this particular system, and then we will discuss about light cone, okay, which is just a part of this particular concept. So these are fixed, and let's start. So 4D system, why we actually need 4D system? Because 3D system, until 3D system, we were concerned about coordinates like x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate. But then in the whole journey of relativity, we understood that time plays a very important role. So a separate time coordinate has been defined, and that comprises, or you can say that combines with 3D system and forms the 4D system. So actually this is nothing but the extension of 3D system with a 1D system, and that 1D is time coordinate. Okay. So this 3D system is generally called as space coordinate space, or you say space coordinate. And when this combines with the time coordinate, then these two forms space-time coordinate. So you can say different, or you can say a new name for 4D system is a space-time coordinate. Okay. Now what's actually the event? Event, you say, space-time, you say, both mean the same thing. Event is generally, you can say, like x, y, z, t. Okay, this is event. This is the coordinate of event, one of the coordinate of event. It can be like this also, any coordinate x into comma t. Okay, here you have to not confuse with the 2D system or 3D system. Event is generally defined as, you may take one of the coordinate system x, y, z and just apply a time coordinate with it, because time coordinate is very important in defining the event of an, or you can say event. You can write it as y comma t, or you can write it as z comma t. So these are the possible values, or you can possible coordinates of event, or you can say it as space time also. In 1D system we don't have space, because it is a single direction, it is a concept of single direction, but still we can say it as a space-time coordinate system, 4D coordinate system, or you say event. Okay, so these are the coordinates of event. Now we will discuss about the next thing, that how can we get 4D system from different systems. Before we just discuss that, we should understand that any object or any body which moves in this particular 4D system, there's a little difficult to imagine this 4D system, so we will just discuss on its introduction. So any object or body which moves in this particular 4D system, so they trace a path. So they trace a path that is called as world line. World line is a path traced by, or you can say an imaginary path trajectory of the object which is moving in this 4D system, where we have time coordinate as very important, because we saw that time is also relative in relativity. So to just respect that aspect, we have devised the 4D system. Okay. So that is, you have to remember, this is a world aligned path. Okay, that is the path traced by the object in 4D system. Okay. Now let's discuss about its convergence. So convergence of 4D system. So you can use 1D system 4 times to get this 4D system. How? As we discussed in our second lecture, but I'm just making it more clear here, that you may take an x coordinate, you may take a y coordinate, you may take a z coordinate, and then a new, you can say, a coordinate comes, that is time coordinate. And these four, you can see it as 1D. This is a separate 1D system, this is separate 1D system, this is separate 1D system, and this time coordinate is separate 1D system. So when we combine these four 1D system, then we get 4D system. Okay, or you can get this by 2D plus 2D also. Okay, how you can get by 2D plus 2D, so we will discuss, and some more ways like 1D plus 3D also. Okay, we will not go to 5D minus D. Okay, this is, I think, enough to understand in terms of 1D, in terms of 2D, and in terms of 3D. So let us discuss these two, 2D plus 2D and 1D plus 3D. So 1D plus 3D. So whenever we are concerned about 3D system, so it is, you can say, more or less we can just make it fixed that it will be a system like this, xyz coordinate, right? Because we discussed about 3D coordinate, it will have x coordinate, it will have y coordinate, and it will have z coordinate. Now this 1D coordinate we choose as a coordinate, you can say, which we get by reducing this 4D coordinate uh, from 3D coordinate to get this 1D coordinate. So actually it is time coordinate only. Okay, you will add this equation also, 4D minus 3D plus 3D, you will get 4D. So to understand 1D, we use this concept that we, from 4D system, if we remove 3D system, but actually uh, to get this 1D, first of all, we have 4D system, suppose, like XYZT. Now we are removing 3D systems. We are removing actually XYZ. Then we are getting this time coordinate. And now this time coordinate add up with this particular 3D system to form the 4D system. So in this way we say 4D system can be converted from 1D and using 1D and 3D system. Now talking about 2D plus 2D system. This makes also 4D system, right? Now you see here, we take, suppose we take 2D system as xy, because there are three possibility: xy you take, yz you take, or zx you take. Suppose we take xy, or we take yz, or we take zx. Okay. Now here this 2D system, here what we will take, in accordance with this, we define the events as the four types of coordinate possible. So we will use that. So we can take here z comma t. We cannot take x comma t because already we have taken x comma y. We have selected, we have chosen x comma y in the this particular 2D system. Now this another 2D system, we will take z comma t, and here we have chosen y and z. So now we will take x comma t, right? Similarly, we will take here y comma t, and now when you will just add these system, so you will get here a 4D system, which here seems like this, here it may look like this, and here it may look like this. But this is the way you can get 4D system from the combination of 2D and 2D system. Okay, so you have to just, here you have to take care that if you have taken x and y, you have chosen x and y, then you have to use z. And this time coordinate is very important because we are defining 4D system and it needs time coordinate. Okay, so this was our conversion of a 4D system, how we just converted from 1D, 2D, and 3D system. We will not concern about, we will not discuss actually about how to get this from 5D system. Okay, 4D system is enough to, you can say, or you can use 4D plus 0D also, but that will not make a more, you can say, trivial, you can say more better sense it will not make. So I'll not discuss about 4D plus 0D. You can think on it because it is quite difficult to think 0D system. So 4D plus 0D is little, you can say, not that easy. Okay, so these are the ways which in which we can get 4D system from 1D, 2D, and 3D system. This was the first segment of our today's lecture. and the second segment is your light cone. So we'll discuss about this. Actually, I have had decided that I'll not take this topic, light cone. I'll end with 4D coordinate system introduction only, as you can see in the lecture sequence. But then I decided to add this one also. This is a beautiful concept and a more interesting concept. So light, what is actually light cone? So you have to just think of a very beautiful example, very easy example. When you light a torch, when you light a torch on a wall, you see, first of all, there is a center where it's means we are seeing the events. See, when you light a torch, directly it shows you brightness. But what are the events? What are the, you can say, the procedure upon we are getting this brightness? What are the steps involved? So firstly, you see at the center, then it gets spreaded out in all the four directions, or you can say in all the direction it gets spread out. And what we perceive here, that it's in sphere. So actually it is called sphere when we are concerned in 3D system. Okay, so light cone is not a, you can say, a different, very different concept. No, light cone is the same concept, but just a extension of sphere in 4D system. When we extend the sphere in 4D system, we get light cone. Okay, so it is just an extension, or you can understand it by from a source of light. This, from this source the light rays are diverging out. That way also you can understand. Extension of sphere in 4D, that is forming you the cone, light cone actually. So it is just an extension. It is not sphere. It is an extension of even cone is also 3D dimensional, you can say, structure. But we are talking about light cone. So it is an extension of that sphere in the 4D system. So it will look like this. What we discussed, the cone and here extension. Okay. So this is your light cone, and in light cone also we will discuss about some more things, like we discussed in 2D system. What we discussed about what you say, x square plus y square is equals to d square. Generally if you take a square, diagonal are there. So here the equation of light cone is given by x square plus y square, where x, y, z are coordinate, equal to c square t square, which is also called d square. T is the time taken by the light to travel, and c is the speed of light. So x square plus y square plus z square equal to d square. Now there are three types of light cone: future light cone, past light cone, and present light cone. So you just see this. We will take it future, we will take it present, and we will take it past. This is past light cone, this is present light cone, and this is your future light cone. Okay, so actually, what are these? What does it mean? Present light cone, future light cone, past light cone? So past light cone, you can say, is the point, or you can say is the region from which that light ray originated. Okay. The light ray, from where it came. Okay. What is the origin of that light? That is defined by the past light cone. Present light cone is its present, where it is, where particularly that light is there. Okay, what is the, you can say, the position, coordinate system, coordinate we can say, or in different way also we can say where it is actually present. And future light cone is actually, you can say, the region in which its effect will be visible in you can say some time. So future light cone, let's define it. So future light cone is the region where effect of it will be visible. When it effect will be visible, that will future light cone. Present light cone is its present situation, and talking about past light cone. So past light cone is actually, you can say, its origin, that from where that light came. So its origin, its birth. You can say its origin or birth of that light came. So these are the concepts, these are the three things which we discussed about past light cone, present light cone and future light cones. Okay. So this is just an visualization that when we visualize a sphere in 4D system it becomes a light cone, and there we define future light cone, past light cone and present light cone. There is no more very much high discussions here. Okay, and we will discuss it in near future in next topic. So this is your past light cone, future light cone and present light cone. Okay. So this was the concept of light cone, which is useful and you can say application, one of the application of 4D system. Okay, so just have a little emphasis on this particular segment, not more or less. Okay, so yes, with this we have had completed this particular special theory of relativity, which we started nearly 1 month ago. So if you have completed it from beginning to now, what was the motive of agenda of this particular course was to transform your thought process from what it was and from what it is now. I hope it helped you out to transform your thought process to seeing the world, to seeing the nature in a different way. And very soon we will plan something different, something exciting in physics section, and we will then discuss that in more enthusiastic way. Right now literally you will see um, off, but it's still um, just telling you because this is mandatory for me and I have to do. So with this we can just have a good you can say this course was a journey for me and it was joyride for me, which we started from discussing the basics of how we relate nature and physics, science, and then we discussed about coordinate system, we discussed about frame of reference, we discussed about principle of relativity in restricted sense, then applications and Lorentz transformations, and very much different topics we discussed. And now we are on the verge of completion of this particular segment. So I hope you got this very well. And with this, let's end this particular segment. With this, just we are ending the today's lecture, and I hope it was very useful for you. But again, I am telling you, don't try to compare this particular lecture or this particular sequence with some legends we have. Okay, so I'm not betting that I am knowing very much about relativity, or I've studied around 10-15 years about it through one book, and whatever I understood, I just want to deliver with you. Okay, so I have tried my best to deliver the content which I knew, and even I tried something new also to make you entertained in this particular segment. Okay, so so don't compare this with anyone. So whatever I have understood, 10%, 15%, 20%, I have delivered up to what I can deliver. Even I have tried something new also, something challenging also in this particular course. So if you have just, my agenda was not to master you with the special theory of relativity up to what it is actually, because that will take a very much time, and for me to just more I have to again read, and I'll read again and again and just find the little holes, because we are never end with any concept. If that we think that we are completed with this, then we are thinking wrong, because everything has its very deep depth. Okay, we have to reach to that particular segment. So just this course, the agenda of the course is I think fulfilled, and for those who have completed the whole course from the beginning to the last lecture with full attention and focus, and try it to uh, just gain knowledge again from this particular segment. Okay, so the course agenda was, as I said before, that it was to transform your personality, transform your thought process, and that did. So okay, so let's end this particular segment. Very beautiful. It was a journey, very beautiful journey. So every journey comes to an end and every end starts with a beginning, new beginning. So that new beginning, what will be that? I'll let you know. But let's first end this. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me in this session. And again, a very big round of applause for all of you who have joined with me and who have completed this whole with full dedication and focus. Okay. So okay then. Uh, just exiting. Okay. So again, a very big thank you for combining from all the lectures from lecture number 1 to lecture number 10. It was a very good journey. So okay, thank you and bye bye. 1, 2, 3, exit.